This video is for the fractional distance on a coordinate plane notes. This is for lesson 1.4. Alright, so we can either go from A to B or from B to A. So we're going to be dealing with positive and negative slopes, and it does make a difference which direction you're moving. Okay, so we're going to go from A to B. So from A to B with a positive slope, find the point that is a fourth the distance from A to B. Okay, so here's A down here, here's B up here. I know it's hard to see on here. This point is -8, -4. This point is 4, 8. So we're going to find the x distance, which is the horizontal distance, and then we're going to find the y distance, which is the vertical distance that you would have to move. So remember, distance is the absolute value. So absolute value, our x values are -8, and then minus, and then our other x value is a 4. Remember that you can do this in your calculator. You can do absolute value. So let's move this over here for now. So remember, it's this key next to the 9. Absolute value, -8 minus 4. Watch your signs. Make sure you're using the right signs. And we get 12. All right, so fourth of that x distance. So we would do a fourth times 12. And again, remember, you can type all this in the calculator for time. I'm not going to do it on the videos. And so a fourth of that distance, or a fourth of the horizontal distance, would be 3. We do the same thing for y. So our y value is -4 minus our other y value, which is 8, absolute value, and so that would be 12. Same thing, a fourth of that vertical distance. So a fourth of 12 is 3 again. Okay, so to move from A to B, okay, remember you always go left and right first, then up or down. So we would go right, and then to get to B, we would go up. So if we're moving right, that's a positive x movement. If we're moving up, that's a positive y movement. So to find that distance, to find that point, we're starting at A, so we're going to take that x value, which is -8, and we're going to add the x distance, which would be 3. So that's going to be -5, and then the y value is -4. Going to add the y value, which is 3, and that's going to give us a -1. And so that's the location of our new point, -5, -1, which would be right there. So from A to B, a fourth of that distance would be this point right here. So the way you move and the direction you move has a big effect on this. Okay, so now we've got a negative slope. From A to B, we're going downhill. Same exact process, okay? This point is -8, 8. This point is 4, 4. So x distance, y distance. So x distance is going to be -8 minus 4, which is 12. A fourth of that distance is going to be 3 again. Okay, the y distance, the vertical distance, absolute value, 8 minus -4, which is 12. Fourth of that distance, which is 3 again. So all these numbers are the same, but the point is going to be completely different. So to get from A to B on this one, we're going to go right horizontally, but this time we're going to go, sorry, I'm trying to find the line, down. So we're going right and then down. So if we move right, that's a positive x, but if we move down, That's a negative y. Okay, from A to B. So the x distance. So we're starting at at negative 8, and we're going to add the change in the distance. Add 3. So that's negative 5. Take the y coordinate, but this time we're going down, so we're going to have a negative y. We need to subtract that 3. Okay, so on this graph, a fourth of the distance is going to be at negative 5, positive 5. Okay, so the direction you're moving plays a big part in this. Okay, so now we're going the opposite direction. We're going from B to A. Okay, so now we're flipping it, and again, that's going to have a big effect. Points are all the same. Okay, if you notice, the points here, these two graphs are exactly the same, which means all of this information is going to be the same. Okay? And again, it doesn't matter if you flip these. So if I wanted to do the x distance here, I could do 4 minus a negative 8. And just to prove it to you, I'll do it in the calculator. All right, 4 minus a negative 8 still gives me 12. So the order does not matter here. You just have to watch your signs. Okay? And a fourth of that distance is 12. Okay? The y is here, so again, if I want to stay with the flipped, if I want to do absolute value of 8 minus a negative 4. The reason I'm writing these negatives in parentheses is so it's clear that this is subtraction and this is a negative sign. 12 again, so a fourth of 12 is 3. Okay, we're going from B to A. So to get from B to A, we still go left, right first. So I'm going to go left, and then I'm going to go down. Okay, so I'm moving left and down. Left is a negative x, down is a negative y. So again, we're going from B. So the x value for B is a 4, but since I'm going left, I'm going to subtract that distance I'm going. Okay, get that off the screen there. Okay. The y value is an 8, but I'm going down, so I'm going to subtract the y distance that I need to travel. And so 1, 5, that's a fourth of the distance from B to A. So really watch your wording. Another thing that will help with this is that Desmos graphing, because it graphs the points for you. It makes it really easy to see where you're moving. Okay, last one. So now, same graph as above. Okay, so all of this information is going to be the same. Okay, so I'm just going to fill that in really quick. And you can pause this so you can get all that, but it's identical to what we have up here because it's the same graph. Okay, B to A, B to A. So again, left and right first. So we would go this direction, and then we would go up. Okay, so we're going left, and then we're going up. Left is a negative x, up is a positive y. Again, we're starting at B, so we use these two coordinates. So my x coordinate is a 4, going left, so I'm going to subtract the x distance. The y is a negative 4, but we're going up, so we're going to add the y distance. So 1, negative 1, that's a fourth of the distance if I'm traveling from B to A.